Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever the time may be. It is about 6 o'clock in the morning, my time, and a gentleman by the name of King of the Fourth Quarter, Kenny for Real, he has so many different channels. The House of Highlights is our main one that has like 2 million subscribers. This gentleman right here has been blowing it up with his videos. He's been just blowing this up. Oh, actually, you guys can't see it because my camera's over it. But King of the Fourth Quarter, he's been just killing it here recently. But thought I'd just drop in with a nice quick video for the first time in quite some time. Been streaming a lot here recently the past past couple of weeks now. Not several, but past couple of weeks. We've been uploading, or not uploading, but streaming World of Warcraft a lot here recently. Haven't been streaming Teamfight Tactics. I'm kind of what's the right term? I'm kind of exhausted of Teamfight Tactics is the word I like, a minor word of what I'm fatigued out on of Teamfight Tactics. And so World of Warcraft has that right balance for me as to why I've been streaming it more than I've been streaming playing World of Warcraft more, because it can be very casual. You can go and simply just get on any character, level it up, gear it up, do raids, get transmog gear. You can do all sorts of cool things with World of Warcraft. You can do PvP if you wanted to. And so I thought I would come in and talk about the NBA Finals, talk about NBA in general, talk about my Pacers, and my thoughts are that once the NBA Finals are over, which in the end is looking like the Lakers are going to sweep so far, Bam Adebayo is the key guy. If he said that he's hoping to be in the lineup for Game 3. He didn't say that I'm going to be. If I was him, I'd be like, I'm going to be. This is do or die, because if they lose Game 3, you might as well just let him sit the rest of the time, because being down 3-0, it takes a lot of will and strength. And they're missing Goran Dragic. I think Goran Dragic is pretty much going to miss the rest of the series because of the plantar fasciitis, which he tore it. And with Sabonis, my Indiana Pacers, he got hurt and was out during the whole bubble season. The restart, we had him miss the whole thing, and it's something you just don't take very serious, or you don't take it very lightly. Is what I meant to say. You need to take it very serious, because it just it's in your foot, and it can hurt more so if you continue to work on it too much. And it being a tear versus Sabonis being just, he had plantar fasciitis. He didn't tear it, but he had plantar fasciitis. And luckily for them, it's a guard that got it. Once they get the plantar fasciitis, a larger person with it, throughout the rest of their life, they probably will have that plantar fasciitis, and it's going to constantly be aching, and it's not going to go away for a long period of time compared to a guard. But a guard having a tear is a different story. But with him being out, Bam Adebayo being out these past 2 games, even if he does come back, they're still missing Goran Dragic, and that hurts them a lot. They have Bam Adebayo, but nobody's really going to be able to guard LeBron James, really. I like Jimmy Butler, but LeBron James has just dropped 33, 9-9. How do you stop LeBron James? Whenever you put Bam Adebayo on him, then who's going to stop AD? The matchup is quite, I won't say unfair, but it's not reasonable for the Heat to really come in and win the NBA championship. Now, with that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Heat were to just have some kind of will to them to at least win 1 game, if not 2 games, try to make this a series. But I still, in my in my thoughts, I think this is a sweep. This is a done deal. There's no stopping the Lakers from winning this series. I can maybe see it in 5, but I could see it in 5, but I'm sticking with it being a sweep. Next 2 games are just going to be over. That's going to be done. It's a wrap. But in the off season is a whole different subject that I want to get into once the finals are over. I'm going to have Mike and Zach come over from ZKM Sports Talk. We're going to do a podcast. We're going to do power rankings from the worst team to the best team being the champions, whether it be the Heat or the Lakers. They'll probably be number 1. Before the draft starts and the offseason, like the offseason free agency starts, we'll do a power rankings, and then the draft is going to probably change a lot because you have the Lakers, the Timberwolves being 2 and 1, the Timberwolves being 1, the Warriors being 2, and you got 3. Who's the third pick? Is it the Bulls? NBA 2020 draft, mock draft. It's Charlotte at 3. 4 is Chicago. 5 is Cleveland. 6 is Atlanta. 7 is Detroit. 8 is New York. 9 is Washington. And 10 is the Phoenix Suns. So those are top 10. And this could be a game changer because I could picture Minnesota and or Golden State drafting or trading down into the draft, getting more picks or a superstar, and then getting possibly, let's say, Golden State trades. They trade Andrew Wiggins and that second pick for Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's a possibility. Antetokounmpo. They could easily probably do that. They might trade that. I'm trying to look at other teams. They could possibly trade the second pick and Andrew Wiggins for Vucevic and the 15th pick. I don't know the actual, what could possibly happen. I don't know a realistic scenario. I'm just naming some stuff that could happen. The draft could change a lot of things. Free agency, I don't see it happening, just for the simple fact that teams are at the cap already, pretty much. There's some teams that have some cap. The Pacers are one of the teams that has a little bit of cap, and we have enough just to re-sign Justin Holiday, just enough, about $9 million. They're one of the few teams. The rest of the team, a lot of teams are at that cap already, so there's not going to be a lot of free agency signings. Could be a possibility of a lot of trades. Is a different subject. But I want to get into my Pacers real quick, and then once the NBA finals are done, I'll have Mike and Zach come over. I'll bring my computer into the living room. I'll bring the camera into the living room, and we will have a podcast, do the power rankings, talk about free agency, talk about the draft, see what exactly happens. There's a lot of teams that got rid of their head coaches and are looking to get new head coaches, try something new. You had Chicago already get their new head coach in Billy Donovan. You had, who's the other one? Chicago got a new head coach, Billy Donovan. Philadelphia got a new head coach in Doc Rivers. And so there's still a lot of options still available, if I remember correctly. Who else needs a coach? Oh, New Orleans needs a new head coach. Trying to look at these teams to see who needs a new head coach. Sacramento kept their head coach in Luke Walton. Does New York need a new head coach? I don't know. I know my Indiana Pacers do, and New Orleans does. They both need a new head coach. Does Brooklyn need a new head coach? Head coach vacancies NBA. Who are the best coaches for the available jobs? Kenny Atkinson. I don't care about the head coaching parts. I just want to see. Oh, Clippers is one. The Rockets are one. The Pacers and the New Orleans Saints, or not Saints, but Pelicans, are all needing new head coaches. And with my Indiana Pacers, there's talks of Mike D'Antoni, and there are talks of that David Joger. I don't know how to really pronounce that correctly. Becky Hammonds, Chauncey Billups, and there's that Finch guy from Phoenix. I can't remember his first name. Is Chris Finch or something? There are talks of him going possibly as a head coach. Ty Lue is, I guess, a pretty big one with becoming a head coach. Guess maybe the Rockets, Ty Lue for them too, the Rockets. But my Pacers, to the people that are in the organization that are GMs, the president, Kevin Pritchard, we got Buchanan as the general manager, and Herb Simons as the owner. Please don't kid Mike D'Antoni or the Joger. Or Yoger, how you want to pronounce his yogurt. I don't know how you really pronounce that gentleman's name. We need new, fresh blood. I am tired of getting the same coaches that have had their opportunities, but we need new blood. I want Chauncey Billups as the new head coach. I want him or Becky Hammonds. I'd be fine with either one of those. Give her an opportunity. Give him an opportunity. Fresh blood. Mike D'Antoni has been doing this for decades? 2 decades? Let's see here. Yeah, around 2 decades. He's been doing this. Like, he's been doing it since Steve Nash went to a decade and a half, at least. 15 years. He's been doing it because he went with Steve Nash and Stoudemire, and they had that 7-second offense. And regular season, he's a phenomenal coach. It's just like Nate McMillan. We have a phenomenal head coach in the regular season. Phenomenal. Great job to get us that 45 game or 44 to 45 game plus, and that's pretty exceptional because that's above 50% of the games are won when it comes to the head coaching regular season. And then Nate McMillan got swept every single year that he's been a head coach. Unfortunately for him, him being the head coach these past 3 years have been just unfortunate for him. This year we had Sabonis hurt. Then we had Victor Oladipo hurt. And then the year before that was us only losing by a total of 7 points in the 7 game series that we had with LeBron when he was on the Cleveland with a garbage team. And LeBron just was LeBron. He was wanting to go to the finals to prove that he could take this team to the finals, even though they had Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance, Tristan Thompson all starting. They just traded away Kyrie Irving that year. They traded away, or they kept Kevin Love, who was hurt the whole year. Isaiah Thomas eventually got released or traded away, I think. They had Derrick Rose. They had Dwayne Wade. And they were both older. And Derrick Rose, it was unfortunate for him because he was not in the right mindset for playing basketball. He had some personal issues at the time because I think him and LeBron James would have been phenomenal together. But Derrick Rose was just not in the right mindset at the time. But he ended up getting released, and I think he went to New York shortly after. But that was like 3 years ago, and the Pacers lost that series. Was it a sweep? It might have been a sweep. It might have been 4 games, but we only lost by like a total of 7 in 2000 and what was that? 2017 or 2018? 2018, because this is a third year. Yeah, it was 2018 when we got either swept or it was a 7-game series, but we only lost by we got swept. Yeah, we got swept, but we only lost by 7 total points. But if we're willing to fire a guy that got swept, let me make sure that I'm not just talking to myself and making sure that this is work. Yep, it is recording. Okay. There it is. Okay. But if we're willing to get rid of Nate McMillan, who gets swept, why would we want to hire a guy that has not made the finals? This year, he got past the first round and then went against LeBron and Anthony Davis in the next round and lost. They won 1 game and lost in 5, if I remember correctly. Yeah. They not only that, but he probably went to management and was like, hey, I want small ball. Like, small, like PJ Tucker's our center at 6'5" small. And then that's what they did. They went extremely small. They had Tyson Chandler on the bench, not played 1 minute in that whole series, who was 7'1". And so we would go and get rid of probably Turner and Sabonis, or he keeps Sabonis, who's 7 foot. I don't think that's even going to happen. We'd probably get rid of both of them, get smaller smaller guys, and completely switch up our team for a guy that's going to get us to maybe the second round. That doesn't mean anything. Not going to the conference finals and going to the second round is not going to help us. We want to go to the conference finals, at least, if not the finals. I want to win I want the Pacers to win a championship in my lifetime. Like, I'm 30 years old. At least one. That's all I'm asking for. The rest of the time, Bronny James Jr. or LeBron's son could come in and win championships. Dwayne Wade's kid could come in here and win championships. As long as the Pacers win 1 championship in my lifetime, I'm set. That's on my bucket list, to see one time the Pacers win a championship. I've already seen the Colts win a championship. And to see the Pacers win a championship would be awesome. I would like to see Julio Jones win a championship, but he's going to have to leave in free agency, and he's not going to. He's going to probably finish his career with the Falcons. That's a whole different story. But yeah, I want fresh blood, because Yogurt, I don't know how you Joger? I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name, but he did a good job with Memphis, did terrible with the Kings, and hasn't been really a head coach ever since. I will pass. I don't want a guy that does good and then does terrible. But that circumstance might have been different. I've heard rumors that, it's just the Kings. That's all you have to really think about. Sacramento Kings, their organization is pretty snake-like. It's very sneaky, very not a well-rounded, good job of being a good organization. Really underdeveloped organization, but yeah, I just want new blood. Bring someone that brings in some new schemes and some new plays that can help reach the full potential of Miles Turner, get him turned around where he's averaging 8 to 10 rebounds a game. I would love to see him get 9, but he's averaging only like 6.6 rebounds a game, which is not bad because he's a 3-and-D center. He's more of a stretch center. But to get him to get more rebounds with Sabonis would be huge. But unlock his potential more so. You got Victor Oladipo. You got Brogdon. You got Jeremy Lamb, T.J. Warren. I could go on and on about my Pacers, but I want to see Chauncey Billups or Becky Hammonds or that Finch. I guess that I've heard good things about from Phoenix would be not bad, but I want to see Chauncey probably the most. Chauncey and then Becky Hammonds, one of those two. Mainly I want to see Chauncey because he used to be on the Pistons, in which beat my Pacers and had Reggie Miller retire, and he was not able to go to the finals that year, which was unfortunate. But he was phenomenal when he was on. He was really, really good on the Bulls, and he got traded to the Nuggets, and he was phenomenal there too. Both circumstances, his whole career, he was really, really good, and I feel like he would be able to push and get even more out of Malcolm Brogdon because Billups used to be a point guard, and to see us be able to unlock even more upside on Malcolm Brogdon, and he can teach Aaron Holiday even more because he's only 24 years old. I would love to see him just develop this crew and get us into the NBA Finals. Would be awesome. But that's my rant, my discussion about who I like the NBA, because I've been watching a lot about King of the Fourth Quarter, and I was just sitting here at home. I was like, I've been streaming a lot, haven't been on a lot of videos here recently, and so I thought I'd just do a little bit of talking here. We are a good at least another month, if not 2 months, pretty much away till we get Shadowlands. That's a whole other subject that I could talk about now, but we're going to have pre-patch here in 10 more days where we get a new leveling system, new character customization that I hope everybody's been enjoying the World of Warcraft streams. Eventually, I am considering getting Among Us for my Steam account. Have some fun with that maybe. I kind of feel like if I were to get Among Us right now, I feel like I'm at the end of a game that is new and trending, and people aren't as not only talkative, but they're not. I feel like it's not as popular as it once was. Like now, if I would have started this like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I feel like this game would be just. I would have had a lot more views, but if I were to start now, I feel like I probably wouldn't have as much. I feel like I'm. If I were to start playing now, that it wouldn't be as satisfying for people to watch. Yeah, if I were to look at my subscriptions, I feel like I probably wouldn't see a whole lot of gameplay of that. You have Teamfight Tactics. And there's Skara. He did play Among Us. Got Fall Guys. That's another game that I've considered. Got Disguised Toast 20 hours ago, winning with 2,000 IQ mind games as imposter. Again, I just don't know how much longer the life cycle is going to be for. Okay, sorry, muted. Good. I don't know how much longer the life cycle is of Among Us. Is at 57,000 people watching it now on Twitch, and you got mostly a lot of League of Legends stuff going on. You got this person right here, 16,000. Trainwrecks TV has 17,000 people watching him. You got 1K, you got some random stuff, but I feel like in the end, I'm at the end of the cycle of Among Us is coming to an end. I'm not seeing Among Us gameplay anymore to an extent. I feel like it's about to be done until they come out. I heard they're coming out with Among Us 2 possibly. They canceled it, but I feel like they're going to come back and continue to develop that Among Us 2. I might give that a shot. I don't know yet, but interesting. Interesting. But yeah, I like what I said. Once the NBA season is done, we will sit down. We'll do a podcast. ZKM Sports Talk will come back around that time. We'll all sit down, do a podcast, talk about anything and everything NBA related. Hopefully, around that time, we'll find out about the new head coaches. We'll get the NBA draft going. We'll get the free agency going, and then the talks of January is when the regular season will start once again, and then we will have 2021 regular season starts again for the new year, and then they'll probably end. It's only be like 50 games, no less than 40, no more than 60. I pretty much picture 50 games probably in that case if it starts in January, which I have heard. Because there was talks of around Christmas or like beginning of December. I remember when they did their the bubble restart or reset. There were talks of October, which is October, and they are doing the NBA Finals. And once that's done, they would have all of October pretty much, because I think the NBA Finals schedule you're looking at game 3 tomorrow, as in Sunday is at 7:30, Tuesday at 9 p.m. October the 6th. The latest you're looking at is October the 13th, which is actually the day of the patch. At 9 p.m. is the last day. So the 13th is possibly the last day if the Heat were able to come back and get them up to a 3-2, and then they possibly could have it where they could win at Game 6, but they have to at least get 2 more games to get to where we'd have to get to Game 6. So they have to win the next 2 games to make it where we have to get to Game 6 to make it where we would have a possibility of getting to a Game 7. But that's a whole other subject. But the 13th would be the last, no matter what circumstance, the 13th is the last day, if not sooner than the 6th. But there were talks that pretty much half of October would be just the teams that didn't make the bubble would have right now they're having the opportunity to get readjusted and be back to playing basketball again. We already have Stephen Curry's already practicing. You already have Klay Thompson. All the teams that didn't make the bubble are already practicing, that are healthy once again. And then October, they would have the draft. I want to say it's still on for the draft in November. And they're also having free agency in November. NBA 2020 draft date. November the 18th. And then let's look at free agency. Free agency date. October the 18th. So they're going to have the free agency first, which is intriguing. Okay. Huh? But yeah, it shows November 18th for the draft, but this shows right here the NBA, the NBA and the NBPA have agreed to push back the 2020 NBA draft scheduled for October 16th and free agency October 18th. Let's see here. Won't begin before Christmas Day 2020, which that's not a problem. The draft set for November 18th, but it doesn't specify of when the free agency is. As for the free agency, initially set their dates for the mid-October, yet the further we get into the bubble, the unlikely those dates seem. When does the NBA free agency? Yahoo Sports. Start date time doesn't specify. They plan to have it on October 18th. Comments about starting the next season in January. The original plan doesn't appear to be on that. Be the one that will stick. Nothing's official, but fans expect the draft and free agency to get pushed back from their original slated dates. So, teams with cap space, here we go. You got the Hawks at $49 million, the Knicks at $47.8 million, the Pistons at $37, the Kings at $30, the Pelicans at $29, the Hornets at $28, the Heat at $24, the Suns at $20, the Raptors at $19, and the Wolves at $13.9. That's a top 10. And so you're looking at the Hawks that could possibly sign a max contract, which you're looking at about, you can do it's a 4-year, $160 million if they don't sign one of their own guys. So is that really right? Is it 5-year, 160? That makes more sense. So that'd be $35 million a year. Is that right? $32 million a year. Is that right? Yes, $32 million a year. Either way, it's around $32 to $40 million a year, depending on how many years they can give. I think it's 4-year, $160 million. Or is that $120 million? I don't know what the teams that are signing the top free agents and they're not their own players. So let's say Anthony Davis wants to go sign with the Hawks. He can only make so much. He can't sign the Supermax or the Max. I don't think with the Hawks. He can get a minor max, but he can't get a Supermax. And so that case, the Hawks would spend $30 million on a top free agent, and they would still have $19 million, so they can get another really good role player / starter, or they could go get two pretty good agents and do $25 million each, and that'd be up to $50 million. They'd have a little bit over the hard cap, but it's not too bad. But those are the top 10, and then so that's really not that much money for any of these people right here. Unrestricted the free agency play, the people, Anthony Davis, or talks of him, or he's already has mentioned that he's going to re-sign with them. Honestly, they both this lead, and he might just walk and be like, I'm going to Chicago. I've heard Chicago. I heard Brandon Ingram's already going to sign his Supermax. Or his Max. I can't remember which one it is. I want to say there's Supermax, and I don't know if he's not eligible. I don't think he's eligible for the NBA 2020 all NBA teams. All-Star or all NBA teams. Let's see here. Giannis. Okay, so we had all NBA first team was Luka Doncic, James Harden, LeBron James, Giannis, and Anthony Davis. Second team was Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, Kawhi Leonard, Pascal Siakam, and Nikola Jokic. Third was Ben Simmons, Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, Tatum, and Gobert. So he won't be able to be eligible for the Supermax, so that's a pretty big deal. He's not eligible for the $250 million, but he still can get $160 million. And if you were to go to another team, I think it's $120 million for him. I'm looking at the wrong one, am I? No, I'm not. I think it's still the same one. No, it's not. This is a different article. But, you got DeMar DeRozan on this website right here. Fred VanVleet, Montrezl Harrell, Gordon Hayward, who's going to probably pick up his player option. Same with DeMar DeRozan, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Goran Dragic, who probably will resign with the Heat. Davis Bertans, who's going to probably resign with the Wizards. Danilo Gallinari, who might just walk because it's a rebuilding team that probably trade away Chris Paul, and he'll probably want to go to another team because he's a little bit of an older guy that will want to probably go to a team that is not only a playoff contender but a title contender more so, because he's an older guy. He's a stretch four who can probably make some pretty good money. But yeah, this was a good video that I am looking forward to uploading. We're going to have a good time here in about we got another 10 days before the finals will be done. At the latest, at the earliest we can have it happen is the 6th, which is 3 more days. You got Sunday night, Monday night is off, and then Tuesday night we might have an NBA champion, and then we can gather our thoughts and do a podcast. We can talk about the draft. We can talk about free agency, make our predictions, have a good time with that. Again, I'm crossing my fingers for Chauncey Billups. I mean, I love the Pacers. I want a good young, not just young, but a fresh coach that brings a new style and not just the same head coaches over and over and over again, the same carousel. It's just like the NFL. I don't want the same coaches over and over and over again that don't have something fresh. I want a new head coach that possibly could bring something new to not just our team, but to the NBA, that could give us some new blood, some new motivation, some new drive to our team. I don't want Mike D'Antoni. I don't. I personally do not want Mike D'Antoni. I don't want Yoger. I don't want Mike Brown or who's the other one? Mike Woodson. I don't think he's already went and he's already signed and has been an assistant coach for Thibodeau in New York. That's who it was. It was Thibodeau's going to New York. 5-year deal, so he's going to be tough as nails on those young kids and RJ Barrett and Frank Knox, but it's going to be good for him at the same time. But yeah, that's going to be in this video. We're going to have a good time here in the next couple weeks. We're going to do some podcasting. We're going to hang out with Mike and Zach after this next couple of weeks. We've got 10 more days till finals are done, and then we've got probably that week. I probably would want to say probably Friday is probably our best move that week. You guys can't see it. The 13th is the final day of possible NBA finals. Is the 13th possibly? So probably that Friday the 16th, we would probably have the podcast that would be Mike, Zach, and I, not Mike, Zach, yeah, Mike, Zach, and I, ZKM Sports Talk would be the 16th. At the earliest would probably be the 9th on a Friday. Friday's our best day because Zach gets off work at 4 p.m. Mike's retired. I am off on Fridays. So that's probably our best move. Would probably be around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Do about an hour podcast, hour and a half, tops 2 hours because it's a podcast. It no less than like an hour. And we would do our rankings. We would do our free agency, our draft. It's going to be a huge draft, it feels like, because there's a lot of teams that are already at the number 1 pick, number 2 pick with the Warriors and the Timberwolves, but they already have high caliber players that they don't really need another young core kid, even though it could be a good thing to have a nice young kid that can bring some energy, that can play like 40 minutes out of the 48 minutes, and you can have your superstars not play as much, and then come playoff time, you've got a healthy group. And that's why now I'm thinking about it. I would, if I were the Warriors, getting James Wiseman, Obi Toppin, Anthony Edwards, draft the kid, and let Curry and Thompson reduce their minutes down to 20 minutes a game, just like what the Pacers do. They play at the most of like 30, but they play about 26 minutes a game out of the 48. That's not bad. Reduce their minutes. Let Anthony Edwards play 40 to 42 minutes a game. Let the young man lead the team with Andrew Wiggins, and you guys can win probably 50 games, especially you're still playing Draymond Green, Thompson, and Curry 26 minutes a game. Get up by some sort of a lead, you can win about 50 games with just those three alone. Make it to the finals, having a healthy Curry and Thompson and Green with Anthony Edwards and Andrew Wiggins. That's not a bad option. I kind of like that idea for the Warriors, but I can understand why they would trade away that pick and get someone like Giannis Antetokounmpo. But yeah, it's going to be an intriguing draft. At the very least, there could be a lot of trades. There could be 0 trades, in where the Timberwolves could pick Obi Toppin and have him at the stretch 4. You have Karl-Anthony Towns, Jarrett Culver, Malik Beasley, and D'Angelo Russell as your starting 5. That's not a bad option. Or they can just trade it away again and get another young and or superstar that would get them to the next level that is already solidified as a superstar. I don't see Devin Booker. There's always the talks here recently of Devin Booker possibly going to the Timberwolves. I don't see it happening. He's the Warrior. The Suns are not going to trade their franchise player for another kid that's going to come in and do what he just did. It's going to take them time to develop this young kid when they already have a young kid who can average 40 points a game, that has proven himself at dropping that 70-point game. They already have DeAndre Ayton. Ricky Rubio is a decent point guard. I could go on and on about basketball. I love basketball. But this is a little bit longer of a video. This is about 45 minutes so far. It can go probably another 15, go an hour long. And as you guys can tell, whenever it comes to the live streams here recently, and as you can tell right here in this video, me doing this, that I have shaven my head completely. I got probably at least another 2 weeks until this will be back to where it was, where you guys had seen it originally. I can grab it, and then there's some little bit thin hair to it. I can get a little bit closer to the camera. and you guys can see that my hair is growing back. You guys have seen it. Actually, I think you guys did see it when I first shaved it. Like, it was like I razored, and it was like my scalp was just my scalp, and it was like clean shaven. But I decided to just grow it back. We got another month till it's even colder than what it is right now, and so I thought, let's just grow it right back. I want to see how I looked bald, because I am going bald, and eventually I'm just going to keep it where I'm just shaved head and not grow it back. But my bald spot is not as deep than what my dad was at, and so for me, I want to grow it back, keep it grown out till this upcoming spring. I'll probably reshave it once again, where it's just I'm just gonna probably keep my head bald for quite a while. If probably keep it bald for the rest of my lifetime. Once or during the winter time, I'll keep it grow out my hair, and then spring, summer, shave it. Fall, start to grow it out a little bit, and then wintertime, keep it full until my hair has, like, right here is where it's starting to go bald. Once it has expanded to about right here is where I'll probably just keep it bald for the rest of my lifetime with a beanie. I'll always go and just put a beanie on, wear a hat whenever it comes to wintertime, but rest of the time I can just keep my head bald, because as long as whenever you're a guy, you use hair. It happens a lot more than women. It's the truth. Grew out my goatee, grew out my beard, or growing out my beard a little bit. I kind of want to shave it, kind of want to shave the goatee. I don't know quite yet. God, I need to brush my teeth. I've been drinking a little bit too much coffee. Was there anything else about basketball? No. 2K, been playing 2K, looking over my monitor, and I should be looking at my camera. I'm just trying to think of what else. Is there anything else up to date? No, not really. Nothing that I haven't talked about on stream. I think it's really about it. ZKM Sports Talk coming back. I think that's really about it. There's a nice silence moment right there. For a while I was just talking nonstop for about 45 minutes. Now I've actually lost my thoughts, but I have ran out of thoughts because there's not a whole lot that's coming to mind to talk about. I think that's really gonna be about it, because I'm starting to have to use the bathroom once again. I want to brush my teeth, maybe shave, snag a shower. It's already almost 7. Not really seeing much daylight out. Let me snag because I got my curtain is actually over there, so I can't see much. It's still dark out in general. Yeah, it's still dark at 7 o'clock. So used to like 6:30. The latest of 7, it's like bright out. So used to that, and now it's still pitch black. I don't know when daylight saving time is. Let's look this up. Let's look up some daylight saving time. I just want to talk and just have a good time. Talk about random stuff. Daylight savings 2020. November the 1st is when we will the bill would not permanently keep the country on daylight savings time, but would suspend clock changing for 1 year. At present, Daylight saving time ends at 2 a.m. local time on November 1st and begins at 2 a.m. on Sunday. So for us, daylight savings time, for when it comes summertime, time moves back. Yeah, it moves backwards. So that way, come 7 a.m., like right now, you would get an hour of sleep. So right now, come November the 1st, it would be at 2 a.m., it would move forward to 3 a.m. So that's what the idea is, that it would end on November the 1st. It would be at 2 a.m., it would convert to 3 a.m. And so technically, it would actually be 2 a.m. ourselves, like our body is so used to 2 a.m., but the time is actually 3 a.m. It would go an hour ahead. So then you're looking at, we would lose an hour of sleep. We would technically lose an hour of work. I don't know how that's going to work for my job with it. Are we going to still get that hour of work? Are we going to have an hour taken away from us? I don't know that circumstance. It's interesting. So they would probably have to work till 7 a.m. or 7:30 a.m. to still get that extra hour. So that would suck, but yet it wouldn't, because we still, like, our body would be used to us. Our body would be used to us working for that 12. So us working technically till 7:30 would be us working till 6:30. And so it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it'd be weird at the same time to have that happen. Or when it does happen, more of. I think that's really big. That's about it, guys. It's almost nearly an hour. I don't want to go and sit here and just have miscellaneous talks, just doing this kind of thing where I'm just like blah 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 for the next like 7.5 minutes, because it's just me rambling and just not really talking all that much. I'm watching the Rising of the Shield Hero. It's pretty interesting anime. That's really about it. Still addicted to YouTube. That's really about it. Yeah, that's really about it. This looks weird, because I'm like going over here to the left, and I'm looking back over my TV monitor, and I'm just like, my eyes look weird moving that much. Yeah, I think that's really about it. I gotta go, and like I said, I'm gonna have to still start uploading the video, and so I think that's really about it. Yeah, gonna snag a shower, gotta brush my teeth, gotta shave. I'm gonna look weird without a goatee. Don't want to keep the goatee. Nah, I'm gonna go clean shaven. And then again, like 12 hours from now, I'm hoping to be awake, and I'll probably snag back on up in here on YouTube, and we'll. I don't know if I'm going to continue with World of Warcraft. I'm kind of wanting to make sure that I don't get burnt out, so whenever the patch comes out, we can try out some new customization. We can try out the new allied we can try out the allied races. For me, it's new content. For people that have actually grinded for the reputation, have grinded to get to where they could have the allied races, it's not new, but for me, it's new content. I have all but the Nightborn and the Mechagon Gnomes unlocked. I have everything else unlocked. Those two are the ones that I don't have unlocked. Might snag up that tonight for content, for streaming, and then I might just take a break until the patch comes out, and then I might snag back up on Twitch or YouTube to try out the Exiles Reach, try out the new allied races, make our monk, and start leveling that up till we hit to 120, so we can have all the classes up at a, not 120, but at least 70. So we have every class at 70 plus. That'd be my goal, and that really is my goal. So, I really think that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you all that have stopped by here recently. I do appreciate that a lot. If I did that yesterday, I didn't show you guys the YouTube studio. I didn't show you guys the analytics, but I talked about it. You guys have been just killing it here recently for watching my streams. You guys have been still loving my Kingdom Under Fire series. Still love the Arma Gallant video that I made. This is I appreciate everything you guys have done for me here recently. 35 subscribers, and I've been pushing to have a better community, and this is something that I appreciate and I adore and I love, and it's been fun having the opportunity to continue to make content for YouTube. I love the idea that one day that we can have a big community, that when I do make a Pokemon series that is not just me picking the Pokemon myself, that people can go in the comments below and say, pick this Pokemon, pick that Pokemon, and they can actually vote, and I can count up, and we can have people, I can actually have a poll and have it where it's not just me picking the Pokemon, that we can have everyone pick the Pokemon. And when I do play World of Warcraft, that people that play World of Warcraft, we can join servers and all play on the same server. We can do raids, we can do PvP, we can do just questing, professions. People can talk about sports. We can talk about all things basketball related. Any team, any player. We can talk about any of them. We can talk about anything from the Wizards being a team that has a lot of cap issue. They have John Wall and Bradley Beal taking up all the cap pretty much. They're only going to get worse with their cap, and they're going to be very stuck with big contracts, and it's going to take them a very long time unless they just stop the bleeding, and they say, okay, enough is enough. We're going to trade away Bradley Beal and or John Wall, rebuild, redo this thing, because we're just continuing to bleed, and we're not stopping ourselves from causing more issues than good. And so that's one team of a breakdown that we could do. To anything from that to the Lakers, are they going to get Anthony? Are they going to be able to keep Anthony Davis? And if they do, are they going to be able to get a third superstar? And I like Kyle Kuzma, to get Chris Middleton from the Bucks if they were willing to trade away Giannis. Let's say Giannis is going to the Warriors and they trade away that second pick for Giannis. You might as well blow it up and get rid of Middleton, redo this whole thing, get rid of these bloated contracts and redo this whole thing. You might as well trade away Middleton, trade him to the Lakers, get Kyle Kuzma and maybe Caruso, get a pick or two maybe from the or they can switch picks, I guess, maybe, because they're getting a superstar, but yet they're getting a young superstar that is not really truly proven himself quite yet, compared to Middleton, who has done an excellent job in the regular season, but postseason has done well enough, but it's a weird circumstance. That's a really weird trade to talk about that I just mentioned. But we talk about any team from, again, the Suns, the Knicks. We can talk about any team. I love NBA. We can talk about Pokemon, wrestling. We can talk about anime. We can talk about drawing, life in general. We can't wait for this community to get just bigger, and we can just all have a good time talking about life in general. From being in high school and figuring out who you are to where I'm at 30 years old, having a new job. I've been only with the company for a year now compared to my previous job where it was 10 years. And it's something I'm just still getting used to, but I still got the idea of the company, but I got some other jobs I could learn to do, and I'm going to learn to do. So, but yeah, I look forward to this community growing more so than what it is right now at 35 subscribers. That's still a good chunk of subscribers that I'm proud to say that we have 35 subscribers. That is awesome. That is truly awesome. I appreciate everyone that has been through this all. Again, when I first made this channel, I uploaded like once a month, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it was me playing Pokemon, and I would upload like one video, and then I would upload a video a month later, and then 7 months later I did another video, and then there was moments where I would sit and do several recording sessions, and then I would upload one, and I would do that quite consistent, and then I would stop, and I'm still doing that myself right now. I'm not very consistent on uploading / streaming. Usually Sunday, I guarantee you, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday nights I'm not on here because I'm working. Wednesday I want to just have a night to myself. So then Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays are my days that I tend to stream here recently. And as you can tell, I am making a video for YouTube that is about an hour and 2 minutes, but I want to be more consistent on uploading on here or streaming, one or the other. But we're, again, once Shadowlands comes out, we got Twitch, we got this, YouTube with Shadowlands, new characters, Warlock with YouTube, Shaman's going to have, it's going to be on Twitch that we're going to stream, new characters we're going to make with Exile's Reach for YouTube and for Twitch. Probably the YouTube's going to be my Zandalari Troll Shaman that can be tank or heals or DPS, one of the three. And then the other one will probably be an Alliance allied race, and it's going to be on, I don't know which class, but it's going to be on there. And then it's going to be my Shaman. So we're going to have best of both worlds, Alliance and Horde, Alliance allied race, and my Shaman, my Torn Shaman on Twitch, Horde allied race, and Alliance, no, technically it is Horde. Both Horde, no, yeah, Horde, allied race, and Horde, Horde Warlock. So there's going to be pretty much just only one alliance that we're going to work on at the time until we get those four up to level 60 is the level cap now. Once we get those four done, we'll probably work on my Hunter because it's at 120 right now. We can get up to level 60. It's going to be the new level cap. We'll have another person for Twitch. We'll have some fun with Shadowlands for a while, and then I'll probably switch back over to Final Fantasy 14 because I love Final Fantasy 14. Eventually, we'll figure out some other games to try out. We'll eventually maybe even start drawing on Twitch. Might do some reading. We might. We have all sorts of opportunities on Twitch. We have opportunities here on YouTube. Yeah, this was a lot longer than I was expecting. I was actually starting to start to not process what I was wanting to talk about, and then I actually got back on subject for the past like 10 minutes or so. I actually blew it up and actually got some good subjects right there with thanking you guys for the community that we got so far. And yeah, this was a good hour of vlog, podcast, however you want to really truly say it. Just an update, life update, once again for like the 6th time. Really want to say this is the 6th time. Is there? Do I have a category for that? Sports talk, movie reviews, Pokemon Sword, Nuzlocke, new and training on Steam, live streams, Madden 18, WWE talk. Don't think I have a category. Path of Exile, Mario plus Rabbids, Destiny 2, Borderlands, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Overwatch, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong. Yeah, I don't think I have a category for that. Okay. I don't know how many videos I've done of that, but thank you all for that. Have watched the stream here recently or have been part of the stream. Thank you all that do watch this video right here, right now. Thank you all that do watch this video. I'm gonna go ahead and in this video, I'm gonna go snag a shower, brush my teeth, shave, and then I probably will eat a little bit of cereal before I might snag on to 2K to see if Zach's online, which he gets up at a really early time, and he probably is already up right now. He might eat some breakfast, I don't know. He might get on at 8 or 9 to play some 2K. I might play some 2K with him for a good couple hours. So then I can reset my sleep schedule because again, like 26 hours from now, I should be getting ready to go to bed, and at 10 a.m. on Sunday, I should be asleep at the 10 or at the very latest 11. Somewhere in between 9 and 11, 8 hours to 6 hours is efficient sleep and nice sleep. I like to go to bed at 10 a.m. But yeah, like 10 a.m. So 24 plus another 3 is 27. So 27 hours from now, I should be on the couch, curled up in a blanket, passed out, and my sleep schedule has not been that at all. I've passed 3 nights. I've been going to bed at like 4 p.m., waking up at 11 p.m. So my sleep schedule is completely off. I should be getting ready to wake up at 4 p.m., not going to bed at 4 p.m. So I'm hoping today I can go in like in 3 hours from now, after I hang out with Zach, maybe. Depending on if he's awake or not, maybe 3 hours. At the very latest, at 4 hours, I might stay up till 11 and try to lay down and wake up at 5 p.m., hang out, get a hold of a couple people, and then start streaming at about 7 p.m. So 12 hours from now is my goal to be awake and start streaming at 7 p.m. 12 hours from now. And then 24 hours from now, be done with the stream and get ready to go to bed and wake up and work. Yeah. I think my bald head and myself are going to be heading on out of here, guys. thank you all that have stopped by. Thank you for the time that you guys have spent with me. I will talk to you.